So, Revenge of the Sith is easily the best prequel movie out of the prequel movies, and you actually see some character development from Hayden Christian to Anakin, and he becomes a lot more likable. And Ian McGregor's Obi-Wan Kenobi is, he shines, and unfortunately, Count Dooku is not in the movie that much. I really liked his style. Palpatine slash Darth Sidious really shines in this movie. There is a few goofy moments, but overall, the movie, like the music and the fight scene towards the end, General Grievous is good, even though he wasn't in the film as much as I'd like him to be. There's a lot less boring talk scenes. There's only a few cringy lines, and some of the, the prequel Star Wars has become memes, but overall, the movie is really good. The music is spectacular. Like I said, it's easily the most far. Um, you actually see Mace Windu do stuff again, but not as much. Um, the portrayal scene with Anakin turning to the dark side kind of feels left field, but the sad part of the movie is you actually feel a little bit in the movie. At least I did. When Anakin said, "May the Force be with you" to Obi-Wan, and he says goodbye, old friend, and that was the last time they become, that was the last time they were friends, you know, and you feel bad for Obi-Wan because he has to put down Anakin, and the whole speech of "You're my brother, Anakin, I love you" thing. Um, and technically, this one is the darkest one because, well, it's PG-13, and like I said, Count Dooku wasn't in the movie that much because his head got decapitated off by Anakin. But also, Anakin kills younglings, even though it's not shown that he killed them. Um, and the Jedi brutally die. They have a whole montage, execute Order 66. Um, Uncle Owen and I forgot the wife's name. They had a cameo towards the end, and they're way too young. I mean, they aged poorly. If that's like 20 years, 19, 20 years. Um, and even see um, Tarkin cameo. It's setting itself up for the original trilogy. Um, Anakin killing the younglings is pretty dark, and you see Chewbacca, even though it's basically it's a borderline cameo, and you actually see a whole bunch of Wookiees and their planet Kashyyyk. You know, I know that the clone troopers, they become the stormtroopers. They have some feelings because the one clone trooper was sorry for betraying the one dude that adopts Leia, which I don't understand why he didn't adopt both Luke and Leia, but whatever. Um, yeah, the fight scene between Yoda and Sidious was a lot more tamed compared to the Count Dooku, and because Yoda's not, he's still flying all over the place, but it's not as bad. And seeing Yoda doing all those flips and stuff remind me of the nightmares of Soul Calibur 4. If you remember Soul Calibur 4, Yoda was playable and you can't grab him, and he's like OP as heck. Um, anyway, um, I would give Revenge of the Sith an 8 out of 10, I guess. It's definitely the best prequel film. Better acting from Hayden Christian. Um, one thing I will say about the prequels that did better than the sequel trilogy is they had R2D2 and C3PO actually do more things. I mean, C3PO does more things in the last Rise of the Skywalker, but R2 had a big part in the beginning. In the beginning, with all the all the ships blasting was awesome. It was really action packed in the beginning. There was some slow scenes, not like I would only cut maybe like 5 minutes of the film, and the scene where Anakin looks out the window to Padme is probably one of the best scenes in the prequel movies. Padme doesn't really do that much in the movie, but yeah, whatever. And C3PO's role was kind of cut in that one too, but R2 in the beginning was useful. But I would give it an 8 out of 10, I guess. And oh, I saw this movie in theaters when it came out with my grandma, and she was like shocked how dark Star Wars was because she's seen the original one. She's like, it didn't really feel like Star Wars. I'm like, it is, but I would give it an 8 out of 10.